What's cracking, baseball fam? Good morning and welcome back to the channel Praying for Dingers. I am Smitty, host. I am in good spirits. Opening day for Dodgers, but after yesterday, let's recap. Sheesh. Talk about the only game yesterday, the Yankees and the Giants. It was a completely one-sided affair. Horrible reverse sweep. Since the Giants literally couldn't do damn thing. I had 3 hits, no scores for their side. Could have been worse, I guess. We did push on one bet, so we didn't lose every bet, I guess. I absolutely love playing catch up to start off this MLB season, down 6 friggin' units. Anyways, today's 11-game slate hopefully has more in store for us. We have some doozies, starting off with the Detroit Tigers facing the San Diego Padres at Petco Park for the Padres home opener. Let's see, Tariq Skubal versus Nick Pivetta. Skubal is hands down the American League Cy Young favorite again this season, go figure. During the spring, Skubal started in 4 games, 13.2 innings worth of work with a 3.95 ERA and a 1.17 whip. 17 Ks and 6 ERAs off of 17 hits, or 15 hits, sorry. Nick Pivetta has been interesting to say the least this spring. Pivetta has also started 4 games. Now has 12 innings pitched and is bolstering an 8.25 ERA and a 2.08 whip. With 9 Ks and 11 earned runs off 19 hits, I like Detroit on the money line for this one, so I'm placing 1 unit there. I'm also placing half a unit on Detroit on the run line. Yes, to be up by 1 run in the first 5 innings. For my second game today, let's see, I am deeply and extensively looking into the pitching matchup that we have the privilege of watching this afternoon. Paul Skenes versus fastball Freddy Peralta. When I was first analyzing this game, I was thinking under City. 2 elite pitchers in dominant form playing in City Field, nonetheless. But for the home opener for the Mets, nonetheless, I realized that now we're looking at 15 to 20 mile an hour winds blowing straight out. During first pitch, I believe the wind will turn this pitching duel into a hitter's paradise. Let me explain. Everybody's been smashing the under, especially with the multiple 100+ mile an hour heaters that will be thrown in this game. However, don't you remember the troubles both bullpens had last season? The Mets relief corps was a liability last year, giving up short of 1 home run, 0.92 to be exact, per game, and the Pirates were a little worse, giving up 0.94 home runs per game as well. Regardless how the Pirates pitching young arms impressed me and others last year, for the fact of the matter, they weren't the best, and neither were the Mets. Maybe they worked on it a bit, but I don't know. Also, please don't forget Skenes is facing Jorge Polanco and the likes, as well as Francisco Lindor, who knocked 31 balls out of the park last year as a 667 OPS against Skenes, while Peralta will be facing Brian Reynolds, who is most experienced hitter against Peralta, and O'Neal Cruz, who has the raw power, and didn't someone say exit velocity is through the roof. Vegas has this at 7 runs total. I think there is going to be 9 runs at least, with a 5-4 or 6-3 final score. So I'm doing another total runs ladder for this game. I'm placing 2 separate bets, 1 unit on over 7.5 runs, and another half unit on over 7.5 runs. We'll see how that goes after yesterday's debacle. I do expect at least 2 home runs in this matchup as well. We'll talk more home runs and player props in a bit. But next, we'll talk about Jimmy, the AI's pick for the day. Jimmy likes those Dodgers yet again. I swear he's becoming more of a Dodger fan than I am. But in this matchup against Arizona and Zach Gallen, who is facing Yoshinobu Yamamoto, where to start? Gallen is indeed a top-tier pitcher, but his historical stats boast a 4.20 ERA in Dodger Stadium, where he generally tends to struggle. We have perfect pitching conditions, with weather giving a slight edge to the hitters today. Yamamoto is a beast on the mound. Jimmy also projects at least 2 home runs off of the Angels pitching core, to include the bullpen, in a 7-2 Dodger finish. So we're placing 1 unit on the Dodgers run line and a half unit play on the Dodgers team total over 7.5 runs for plus 110. Also, Jimmy wanted me to tell you all to keep an eye on the Minnesota-Baltimore game. There's a 30% chance of a rain delay, and Jimmy expects it to stay humid and warm enough for the balls to carry. Keep an eye out on a possible live over if you're feeling froggy and right. Finally, I have one more quick game to quickly discuss. The Boston Red Sox at Great American Ballpark facing the Reds of Cincinnati. Mr. Garrett Crochet against Andrew Abbott for the Reds home opener. We have probably the most hitter-friendly environment for this game. 81 degrees at first pitch, 60-mile-an-hour winds blowing towards the power alley small side of the ballpark. Although Crochet and Abbott had great 2025 performances, neither pitcher are poised to go deep into innings when you consider the heat and wind during this game. My models are projecting at least 11 to 12 runs, so another total runs ladder again. This time I will place one unit on over 8 runs and another half unit on over 8.5 runs. Oh, let's talk player props. This was my bread and butter last MLB season. Hopefully we can make up for the debacle that happened with Judge and Araz yesterday. I'm looking at Freddie Freeman from the Dodgers and Matt McClain from the Reds. I like Freddie Freeman and the over 1.5 total bases. I also like Matt McClain to also go over 1.5 total bases for his matchup against the both sides. So I'm placing half a unit on each individually and another quarter unit on both combined in a player prop parlay. Now let's talk about something that's more than just my bread and butter last season. I kept my wife happy with new coach bags last year from my home run plays. Hopefully we can break my nearly $11K payout from a $15 round robin bet I made last season. That's my tops. We'll see what we can do better, Lord willing. So today I have 3 potential dingers for us. I'm looking in at the Freddie Freeman and Matt McClain, but I am also going to bring Mr. O'Neal Cruz to the party. I am going to place a quarter unit on each one individually to hit a bomb out of the park. See, I got Cruz at plus 350, Freeman at plus 400, and McClain at plus 600. I'm also splitting up 3/4 of a unit to put a quarter unit on each one in a 2-leg parlay combo. For example, put a quarter unit on McClain with Freeman together, I got plus 3,400. A quarter unit on Cruz and McClain together, I got plus 3,100. And a quarter unit on Freeman and Cruz together for plus 2,200. And finally, I'm placing another quarter unit on all 3 in a 3-leg parlay for plus 15,700. Yes, I said that correctly. Over 15,000 plus parlay. If all 3 hit today, we'll be up over 66 units just on this round robin. If only 2 hit, we'll be profitable and up over 7 units. If only 1 hits, we'll be down around 1 unit. So let's pray all 3 hit today and let's get paid. My boy also likes PCA from the Cubbies to get a dinger today. So I'll be looking at that more a little later this morning, and I'll put that out as quickly as possible in another video. As we're rounding third and heading home, I want you to keep those vibes high. Let's get those bankrolls higher. And yes, I am wearing a Dodgers jersey. I got it last year with me and the wife when we went for Kings Night, even though the Dodgers lost that game, I believe, to the Rockies. But anyways, we'll see you soon, guys. Let's go to Dodgers and stay cracking.